Hello, everyone. It's Scamp Corgi. I wanted to cover this. This is an insane situation. We covered the video games being censored. I made an entire, a long, lengthy, extremely detailed video. Definitely check it out and share it with your friends. Here it is. Steam Games has got censored forever, and this has held true. However, what I wanted to cover today is an update to the situation. It got worse. It sucks. It got worse. That is what I wanted to cover. So we're going to start with that right now. Basically, it has started with Steam, but it has moved on to many other different platforms, many other different websites, all hit by the same payment processors, all being hit by the same issues. I also made a video on the UK and the EU being hit by censorship as well, on a different level, because they have to now like upload ID in order to watch look at Discord and things like that. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. All these things are happening at the same time. So definitely grab a drink, grab some food. It's going to be a bumpy ride, guys. We can do it together. All right, so basically, this is something I'll be showing. itch.io deleted all their games. And so they released an update on NSFW content. They're saying we've de-indexed all NSFW content from our browse and search pages. We understand this is sudden and disruptive. By the way, itch.io is known for being like the indie space. It's like a very, very much indie-focused separate website on indie games and so on and so forth. And a lot of the smaller indie games are on there. A lot of the visual novels are on there. A lot of the NSFW games are on there as well. Well, used to be. So on and so forth. But not only. I mean, it's like they also do bundles that are for racial equality. That was a big one way back when the Black Lives Matter movement was going on. And many, many others. Like they do featured bundles. Yep, they do very politically minded bundles as well. But interestingly, even though they do political bundles and so on, when it comes to actually fighting for digital rights for the people playing their games, they're not really willing to fight for that very hard, are they? This is something I realized. Very weird that. I wonder why that is, guys. I wonder why that is. We'll find out. Okay, recently we came under scrutiny from our payment processors. So again, this is directly related to Collective Shout. Collective Shout launching a campaign against Steam and itch.io. I talked about itch.io in that previous video as well. They were being targeted, but now we're seeing the aftermath. Directing concerns to our payment processors about the nature of certain content found on both platforms. This is yet again another situation where companies that have nothing to do with being the moral arbiters of what they think is good and right in the world is being used that way. So whether what does Visa and MasterCard have in any way, shape, or form to say about what you should be watching, what your kids should be watching, and so on and so forth? They have nothing. They have nothing to say. It's a fucking payment processor. The only reason they're saying anything is because they have too much power, and we'll talk about how to fight them as well. This has moved on to itch.io. And originally, they got an inroad because there was a game called No Mercy. It was a bad game. Very much like a very sexually assaulty related style game. Particularly bad one. And it was incorrectly put on itch.io, according to them. It's temporarily available, and then it was banned in April. So they had it up for a little bit of time. I think it was like a month or something. And then they basically had pressure to take it down. So they took it down. That was the first domino to fall. That's why I'm bringing it up. However, anytime you see a situation like this, no matter how bad a game is and it's being forced to be censored by fucking special interest groups of Karens and fucking payment processors, that censorship always moves on to other things, and it's absolutely done so here. Ability to process payments is quite critical for every creator on the platform. To ensure we can operate and provide a marketplace, we had to prioritize relationship. So they had to choose between, the credit card companies and us, and they chose the credit card companies, which I understand on some level, but like it is a very, very rough situation because we'll talk about exactly what happened to everyone's games and everything. The situation developed rapidly. We had to act urgently to protect the platform's core payment infrastructure. Unfortunately, this meant it was not realistic to provide creators with advance notice before making this change. They could have, but they chose not to. They could have done it yesterday. They chose not to. I know it's not ideal. I think it was wrong. I think they handled this completely wrong, by the way. I don't think it was just not ideal. I think it was wrong. Currently conducting a comprehensive audit of our content to ensure. Basically, what they did was they took down every single NSFW game, and they're basically singularly reviewing every single one of them to make sure it, hits the standards, the very, very broad and impossible to hit standards, in my opinion, of these payment processors. And then once the review is complete, they'll have new compliance measures, and then essentially put them back up. And there's going to be a new step where creators who are making a game must confirm that their content is allowable under the new policies. And part of this review will see some games being permanently removed. And yeah, that's the entire situation. I'll, of course, link this so you guys can read it. However, they're trying to say that, this is just the page being taken down. A lot of people have talked about very publicly about the fact that the games were also removed from their libraries. Basically, what they're trying to say is you have to search for the page and like manually bring it up so you can buy the game. That is not the case. And itch.io is refusing to acknowledge it, and they're refusing to give a refund even. So they're doing it without refund. So this is a very, very bad situation. Then they double down. They're saying that it's misinformation. But whether that was their implication or not, whether they're trying to say we're de-indexing it and not taking the games off, it is sadly that the community note is apparently, telling the truth. And people are going into this tweet, and I'll link this tweet so you guys can look at it and verify yourselves that every single person in here, not every single, but a bunch of people in here are absolutely verifying that their games were taken away. Their visual novels were taken away. And also, not only that, huge swaths, this is an example, huge swaths of my personal library were gone without no recompense, and I cannot even recall everything that I got deleted because there were just too many. This is another art censorship. Okay, the other post, I think they privated. They don't want the heat, so they decided to private. Yeah. So this is an extremely, extremely bad situation. People are already talking about class action lawsuit and so on and so forth. I will also point out that there was a huge number of people when the situation happened on Steam 2 days ago. Huge number of people saying, "Oh, it's just bad porn games." And so on and so forth. But it is much deeper than that. This quote, or this retweet, talks about it very, very clearly. Payment processors can now dictate which art is legal. And if you don't think this will happen for other games like Grand Theft Auto 6 and 5, it already happened with Grand Theft Auto 5. These same groups attacked Detroit Become Human. These same groups attacked RimWorld, and RimWorld was banned in Australia for these very same reasons for a few years. I think it was like 3-4 years. It was a significant amount of time. These same things have been attacked for other games and will be attacked for games like Baldur's Gate 3. These same, the new Steam license user agreement basically is so broad that they can remove games willy-nilly for anything that these payment processors will deem not so great. And that is a thing that can change over time, by the way, depending on how Visa and MasterCard wakes up in the morning. They can decide now all of these games are out too. And Red Dead Redemption 2, that's a game that has mature themes. It has violence against women. Granted, there are, people in the game, and it makes sense for them to be. It doesn't matter for these companies. It doesn't matter for these special interest groups. It doesn't matter for Collective Shout. The same thing for, indie game, the Coffin of Andy and Laylee, one of the most overwhelmingly positive games on Steam. I showcased in my previous video, 95% positive rating on Steam. That game technically has incest. It's a brother and sister. So that game absolutely is well within the target crosshairs of Collective Shout and Visa and MasterCard. And that's just to say a few. Now, I will link this because this is an interesting thing. Psyche Studios, I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it. They're basically saying that they're a place for games that are censored on itch.io. They're basically supporting studios and game hosting sites like this to fight censorship. They're saying, go to this Discord ID. I will link this in the description below, and we'll get your game ready to sell in less than 24 hours. This is huge. This is absolutely huge. No extra fees, no BS. I don't know what exactly this entails, but people are acting like it was like only porn games, but there's actually still there's a couple of games here that are not. Here it is. Torture Works has also been delisted by itch.io, but it's not even porn. It is literary horror. It's a game about torture, obviously. It's published by respected press. It has gay characters, but that's enough. And this is a good point. He's kind of like blaming the fact that it might have a gay character on it. But the thing is, you have to remember, how soon will it be that the broad terms used for censorship against what started as, porn and so on and so forth, is now going to be used for any game that's LGBTQ? The jump is very much like a skip. It's not even a jump. It's like barely a hop. It happens all the time with other art, with books and so on, book bans and things like that, and libraries. You're going to see that type of thing happen with video games as well. This is the writing on the wall. They will absolutely be able to target LGBTQ games, but the thing is that that'll be a good way to attack them when they do that. So keep an eye out for that, guys, because that is a way to legally attack them. I just want to point that out. It's going to happen because these fuckers cannot help themselves, but we can absolutely do it. The same community that attacked all these games and everything. There, by the way, this is someone who works for Collective Shout. She's putting it on the list to attack Twitch as well, because they have, the bikini streamers and all that. Whether you like bikini streamers or not, I have no good feelings about them. I don't give a fuck about them. But the problem is that censorship is censorship. When you censor one thing, it opens the door to censorship for a lot of things. And if Twitch decided tomorrow that it is against their EOLA to have certain amounts of nudity and so on and so forth, and they got rid of bikini streamers, is one thing. But if the payment processors and special interest groups do it, then it is completely something different. That is straight up censorship. And you can't have a platform be dictated to on what should be and should be not on their website, unless it's a law governing body. If it was the government of California saying, hey, you can no longer have titty streamers, that's a different story. And that's something you can legally fight against. But this is what amounts to a special interest group of Karens. And I'm highlighting her because she's very publicly the movement operations manager at Collective Shout. She's one of the main people that caused this issue. And by the way, I want to point out again, Collective Shout is not even a large organization. They're a small organization that only got 1,000 signatures. And those 1,000 signatures completely brought down all of Steam. And these fucking Karens, they're going to go after what is consent as well. They're going to go after, they're trying to say consenting adults and everything like that. They're going to go after that shit as well. They're going to go after anything that they possibly can, because people like this, when you give them an inch, they take a mile. They're unhinged. Going on. It's interesting that MasterCard and other payment companies are taking the heat for this, because if you do some digging, the group Collective Shout only managed to pressure the companies because they're backed by religious fundamentals. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't looked at, Collective Shout's history like that, but that is entirely possible. I wanted to bring this up as a possibility, but I also wanted to give a little pushback. I understand this guy and understand what he's saying and why he's saying it, but this is very much a push that Visa and MasterCard have done in the past, way before Collective Shout. They attacked OnlyFans, they attacked Tumblr, they attacked this, they attacked that, they've attacked books, they've attacked other companies, Kmart. The same types of people have attacked violent video games. Grand Theft Auto has been in the crosshairs since Grand Theft Auto, I think, was Grand Theft Auto 3, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the first Grand Theft Auto attacked by the government as well. So these are I would say, don't fall completely for things like this, the blame game. What you want to do is attack every corner. You want to attack Collective Shout. You want to attack Visa and MasterCard. You want to illegally attack them. You want to attack their financials. You want to attack every single one of them. That is what I want to make sure everyone knows. And by the way, these people are also hypocrites. They will, in the same breath that they try to ban mature rated games on Steam and itch.io and other platforms that have nothing to do with anything else, they'll also they'll also support actual abusive material that literally creates abuse and showcases abuse to real life little girls by supporting the movie Cuties on Netflix. If you want to look up the movie Cuties on Netflix, do so at your own discretion. It's one of the worst goddamn movies ever made. And it is an horrific situation that it's basically like beauty pageants and little girls being, treated like adults in very bad ways. And it's extremely abusive and extremely horrible. And that's with real exploited, actual little girls and kids. So, and this is Renee Chopping, who is absolutely one of the major heads of Collective Shout. So then this is there's community articles about it and everything like that, and that are basically absolutely slapping the shit out of her verbally, which she deserves. But yeah, it goes on. It absolutely goes on because, anyone attacking them and, basically sharing the real, the real facts of the situation, they're being attacked as well. Madam Savvy, she's a content creator and she's been horrifically, viciously attacked, being called a man and all kinds of dehumanizing things by Collective Shout. She's a woman. They're attacking women. They should be banned for that, right? By their own admission. By their own fucking admission. It's crazy what these people get away with, man. It's crazy what we're letting them get away with. We have to fight them, absolutely. And by the way, they have been getting verbally lambasted to the point that Collective Shout did private their entire Twitter page and everything. And that means they are being affected by this, and we should continue. We should absolutely continue. Hit their funding, though. Hit because this group has connections in the Australian government. Look them up. Talk to your Australian representatives. If you're not even in Australia, see if you can talk to their representatives as well. But if you're in Australia, or if you know someone in Australia, share this video with them so they can absolutely know who to find and who to talk to and everything like that. But yeah, this is, by the way, going back to Visa and MasterCard, this is the entire list of things that Visa and MasterCard considers problematic. This is from their own page. And obviously, they're going to target any game containing this content. This includes things as self-harm. This includes hate. These are very, very broad terms. So you can say goodbye to Call of Duty with anything that has terrorists in it. You can say goodbye to anything Battlefield related. You can say goodbye to anything that has any kind of harm. So any violent video game. You can say goodbye to self-harm. So this is like all of those games like what were they called? The David Cage games, where it's like very narrative heavy, dealing with people going through dark times and fighting suicidal ideation. Even if it's something like that, those games are gone. They would ban games like Death Stranding. They would ban games like Baldur's Gate 3. They would ban games like all of the above. Firearms aimed at pointing towards individuals. How many games have that? How many games have guns? Good luck. Any sexual activity being drunk, so any game where it's a party game, any game that has bars with beer or anything like that, any game with a club scene, so Cyberpunk 2077. People are having sexual activity after going to the bar and stuff in that game, which is a normal human activity to do, by the way. And those games are dead. Those games can absolutely be dead, and so on and so forth. The list goes on and on and on. It's absolutely fucking unhinged. and you have to fight them now. You absolutely have to fight them now because these are such broad definitions. But they have raised the ire of the Japanese government. One thing that they did attack, and they have been trying to attack for years, is anime and manga, and directly in Japan. So this is an example. There's a couple of different representatives in Japan that have made it their mission to fuck with Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, and Collective Shout. And this is absolutely one of them. I will link them in the description below. And there's a couple of people that are very, very much obviously against all this stuff. Sorry, I have two of these links. I'm going to delete this one. But I actually do make a tweet about this. How do we fight them? How do we fix this situation? It's very simple. Not simple, it's complicated. But it's something that is very possible and something we can do. The way to fight them is to... The word Collective Shout is very much a very good name because it is a very powerful name that we can use against them. You collectively shout at them. You find their funders. Any connections that they have in the government, and they have many in the Australian government, until they disappear. Then you do the exact same to Visa and MasterCard. You force reform. We have elected representatives. We have the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, which should be stopping any kind of overreach like this. Obviously, they haven't been doing their fucking job. So if you're in the US, you reach out to the FTC. If you're in the EU, you reach out to the EU version of the FTC. If you're in Japan, they have a version as well. Every single country has this type of thing, which is supposed to protect our rights as consumers. Consumer protection rights are extremely, extremely strong in a lot of things. And a lot of different countries and everything. So, yeah. This is just a little goofy thing. Sorry, mate. MasterCard said I can't sell you Puyo Puyo Tetris because of suggestive themes. Also, your game about finding cats in the Alps has been delisted for pornography because it has a visual asexual flag in the witch's cabin. And you know, these are the things that he's making a joke here, but this is something that can absolutely happen. We've seen this happen in the past. LGBT games are one of the biggest ones attacked. And this is another site that was attacked. It was a visual novel site that hosted titles like Nico Para, and that's been absolutely hit by payment processors like Visa and MasterCard, and the entire thing is down. Ooh, look at that. So it's a really, really shitty situation. But there's an entire link here. Things that we can do to fight payment processors. So, you know, Collective Shout is an Australian group, so that's a little bit harder for us to reach, but still we can via social media and stuff. Also, Collective Karens shouting. You can just imagine a group of angry, you know, fucking purple, pink-haired bitches. You can just imagine them shouting. Great visual representation, right? But, you know, they're active on Twitter and stuff, so you can fight them. But people like Visa and MasterCard, you have to go about it a little bit differently. And that's why I'm going to be linking this. This is an entire set of situations and information for Visa, MasterCard, PayPal. Also, it tells you how to find and contact your congressman. It shows 2 different bills to support that will give more restrictions on credit card companies and not just banks and so on and so forth. And then, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is a giant one as well. This is a group that is basically made to stop overreach like this. Antitrust Division, because very much Visa and MasterCard are the only game in town for payment processing. They own, if you combine the amount of payment processing they do, 69% of payment processing. That's a duopoly. Monopoly, but 2 different things, so it's duopoly. And as a result, there's no shot that this should be allowed. So absolutely, that is a big thing. And this person, this Reddit, I will definitely link this. It's linked under itch.io's Reddit, but I'll link it. You guys can look at it. You don't need an account or anything like that. You can grab this example of complaint letter. You can literally just copy and paste this. It's the easiest thing. Just copy and paste the entire fucking thing. Obviously, if you write your own, it's even better. But, you know, you can use this as a framework. You can just, you know, grab the entire thing. And then there's a change.org petition, but I would recommend don't really... You can easily sign this in like 2 minutes. So you can do it because it's so easy. But I really think... And it's good to go here because there is good information here. However, this is like the weakest thing possible. having a change.org petition, no one fucking listens to a change.org petition. This is one of the most unique examples of I guess like a nonsense action. Something that sounds good, it makes you feel good, but doesn't actually do anything. I would say this is the one that you would just don't even bother doing. It's easy to do, so you can do it in 2 minutes, but just don't stop at this. These are the real things. Bug in Visa, bug in MasterCard, bug in PayPal, sending them emails, calling them over and over and over again. Burn their phone lines to the ground. They banned all your games. They're going after the rest of your games. You don't have hobbies left to distract you. Fucking get it done. That's what I think. The Financial Protection Bureau. These are the people that are supposed to help you, help us, you and me. Same thing with DOJ. And so on and so forth. And it's just a bunch of things they can do here. It's very, very well written, very, very well listed out. And that's it. I just wanted to cover what's going on, a little bit of an update to this entire horrible situation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Did you expect to live to see the day that that itch.io would be attacked as well, that other websites would be attacked as well? I knew it was going to happen. I told you it was going to happen in the previous video, and it's time for us to fight, guys, and we can win. So keep it up, and if you guys want to see more about this, give this video a like, give this channel a sub, share it with your friends, and I'll catch you guys in very much the next video with hopefully better news. I'll definitely keep you guys appraised. So share this video around and let me know what you guys think. If you find any other steps, if you find any other information, definitely link that in the comments below. I will absolutely respond to every single comment and cover it in an upcoming video as well.